Blog Talk Radio.
Are you ready to take a bite out of the competition? Are you looking for ideas to make your business better? Welcome to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet,
sponsored by Apple Capital Group.
At the core of every successful business, you'll find people making a difference. And with each episode of the Core Business Show, we talk with those people, examine those ideas, and explore the strategies that make them special. Now, the host of the Core Business Show, Tim Jacquet.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Core Business Show. I'm Tim Jacquet, your host. Today, our topic is AARP Misleads, American on Obamacare. Our special guest today is Fred Carrot. He's the CEO of Certified Senior Guidance Association. We have him on the phone. He's at the airport, but we're going to go ahead and kind of get this done in 5 minutes. Fred, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you so much, Tim. It's my pleasure. And thank you for informing your guests, at least from the perspective that we at Certified Senior subscribe to. And go ahead.
Great. Well, I guess to begin with, just tell us about yourself real quick, and then we can just go ahead and dive into the AARP.
Not to worry. Certified Senior Guidance is basically a senior advocacy group. Even though we're not what's called a nonprofit, we do not work to make money. We basically work to inform seniors in two areas, and that is basically how to protect themselves against scams and other fraudulent events, and also to let them know in a very confusing world today of political interplay between the parties. And everyone is trying to do something that appears that's going to scare seniors. You know, we've seen the push granny off the cliff. We've seen the death panels. We've seen this, that, and the other. And number one, what we'd like to do is calm people down. Number two, let everybody know that no matter what plan comes in under the Affordable Health Care Act, which we also know as Obamacare, that I think that's used in a negative manner, but that no matter what, if you're 55 or over, nothing is going to change under any plan that comes into effect. We know that there have to be some changes there and some changes in Social Security, but again, that's another subject. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about AARP.
Go ahead.
My major concern with AARP is that they did come out in support of the Obamacare or Affordable Care Act. The problem is that, as far as I'm concerned, and against my opinion, they're they're basically an insurance company. So when Representative Ryan, I'm a registered Democrat, so please understand, but when Representative did a speech before the AARP in Florida, of course he was booed. They're a bunch of insurance agents. They have a for-profit operation which brings in grosses probably $1 billion a year, and that comes from the referrals from their Medigap program, which is basically supported or underwritten by a company called United Healthcare. United Healthcare just was admitted to the Dow Jones Industrial 30 stocks. So they're a very large company. They don't offer a menu or a choice of other companies like Humana or Aetna or this, that, the other. So they're really a captive company. They basically, anyone who's 50 years or older, you're on the hit list, you're going to get their magazines, you're going to get their advertising, and you will see it's nothing but ads, which, by the way, brings the nonprofit or the 501c4 part, which is their lobbying group, close to $400 million a year. So they're basically deriving almost $1.5 billion in income a year from insurance companies. So even though people would say, well, can you give them the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, maybe they were legitimately supporting Obamacare and not cutting the throats of seniors? And I could say, yes, but if that was a judge, he or she would have to recuse herself because they stand to directly benefit from the passage of Obamacare. So I just question that. The other thing that people have to realize is everybody who joins AARP, that $10 membership, which, by the way, I don't believe is tax deductible because it's going to a lobbying group. You're basically saying, hey, Fred, when I joined, I'm giving them the right to go to Washington and say, this is what Fred wants. Well, I don't want Obamacare. I don't know if I want Representative Ryan's plan either. I certainly don't want that $720 billion that's going to be supposedly removed from the Medicare program to start another program for other uninsured people to match it. And I say that as an advocate for senior citizens and an advocate for myself. So I believe that they're terribly misleading people. I don't think that they're a fair arbiter. And as I say, whether or not, I can't read their mind. Maybe they legitimately came to the conclusion that Obamacare is better. But that's like, a judge ruling for his company's or his law firm's firm. You have to recuse yourself. Now,
Okay.
if AARP would offer, go ahead. You might have some questions, and I'm rambling, so go ahead.
No, so Obamacare, what kind of really impact to AARP? I mean, it is law now. Is it in the best interest of the indigent and retired or the disadvantaged?
I don't know. It is so long. It is so complicated. One way or the other, the people with the means and the income are going to support the people without the means. So as we see, that is done now through Medigap and other insurances such as Medicaid. So almost everyone in this country is going to get some type of health care. They just don't have the insurance. I generally believe that everybody should have some type of insurance. The problem is that a lot of people, and I think the government statistics have now come out, that the very people it's supposed to help are going to be hurt the most because they're going to be fined, even though there is no collection ability yet by the IRS, going to be fined for not having insurance, on top of which they're not going to have insurance. So they're just going to be poorer. Now, and this is not the Medicare, this is under the Obamacare. These people will have less money because of the fine. It's basically a tax. And I know that the Obama administration says it's not a tax, but the Supreme Court says it is a tax. So as the president says, we're mincing words here. When you pay money, we don't care if they call it a fee, a penalty. It's a tax.
Okay.
And I think it's not going to help as many people as the administration had first predicted.
I guess we'd have to wait and see what happens and see how this all plays out. But any last words that you'd like to leave us with? I know you're trying to get on the plane.
The most important thing is I don't want anybody to panic. This is still the United States. We still will work things out. In any type of democracy, it takes us a little longer to get to the right place and to get it right, but we usually do, and we will again. So, kind of tune out all of this negative garbage that's going on between both parties, and just, make sure that your opinion is counted. Be careful of joining organizations that claim they want to represent you, such as the AARP, and just sit back and relax. Do not panic. We're going to get out of this thing. And we're
good.
And 55 or over, you are insured. Nothing will change. If you're 55 or younger, I know we're going to come up with some type of program that's both affordable and is going to provide the top medical care that we Americans are used to.
Great. And if they want to reach out to you, your website is?
Our website is CertifiedSenior.com. It's CertifiedSenior.com. If you have any opinions, if you think something I said is incorrect, please inform me. I promise, unless you use a whole plethora of four-letter words, I promise, other than love, I promise I will get back. I personally will answer any email that comes in.
Well, great.
If you say my numbers are wrong, challenge it. I'll give you the source.
Perfect. Well, thank you for joining the program. You've been really helpful for our community. Thank you again.
Thank you for your patience with me. I appreciate it, Tim.
Okay, take care. Again,
you too, my friend.
Again, that was Fred Carridge. He's a certified senior analyst, and you can find him on his website, Certified Senior, and he is a Certified Senior Guidance Associate. So anyway, you can reach out to him on his website. Everybody, thank you for listening to the Core Business Show. Again, Tim Jacquet. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet. For more information about equipment financing and asset-based loans, visit our website, applecapitalgroup.com. That's applecapitalgroup.com. Or call us at 866-611-7457. We hope you'll join us for our next episode. And remember, you can always get to the core via iTunes. You'll find all our previous episodes there. And thanks again for listening to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet.